Have you ever been walking by someone, could be someone you know, or even a stranger, and you just pick up your phone and you look at it because you'd rather do that than say hi? I know we're all guilty of this, probably more than we should be. In modern society, we use our phones, or we spend so much time looking down at our phones that we're losing the skill of holding a good conversation and being entertained by others. We often use our devices as an excuse to not talk to someone. It may be because we're uninterested, or just don't know what to talk about or what to say. We don't want that surface conversation where we're not even actively listening or honestly even communicating. There's no substance, and honestly both parties are probably looking for a way out of the conversation. Communication means a lot to me. I struggle with it daily, and I'm constantly always looking to get better. I'll be highlighting two important things to remember when entering a conversation: active listening and eye contact. One big part of communication is active listening. It's huge for a successful conversation. You could be talking with someone and they could be hearing you, but they're not actually listening. There's a pretty big difference between the two of them. Someone could be speaking to you and you could be hearing them, but you're not retaining anything. Someone could be speaking with you and you could retain it and you could respond and even ask questions, thus creating an active and engaging conversation. There's definitely been times, and we're all guilty of it, where someone's talking and you kind of get lost in their words and you just space out. Maybe it's because you're not interested, maybe because you're bored. Imagine if you were the person speaking though, and how would you feel? Pretty worthless and unimportant, right? You'd be really excited and really happy to share something, and then you get this response that they're uninterested, and makes you feel like you just want to hold everything in and you don't really want to tell anybody else because you feel like nobody else really wants to hear what you have to say. It's really a blow to your self-confidence, if you ask me. The majority of people who don't actively listen to respond. You could be saying something, they would focus on one thing, and they would completely lose interest in the rest of what you're saying. I have had a friend who was giving a presentation, and at the end of it, one of the higher up representatives asked a question that was on the first slide, but the presenter answered it on like 2 slides later, thus giving the impression that the representative was uninterested and lost focus because he was just focused on asking this one question and completely lost that it was answered. Listening to respond is rude, and you honestly don't even comprehend much. If you want to gain something from a conversation, listen to understand, not to respond. One other major part that I value deeply in a conversation is eye contact. I was out to dinner with a friend, and it was nice because we were trying to catch up and I hadn't seen and talked to him in quite some time. But the one thing that really bothered me is that when we were talking back and forth, he would never hold eye contact. He would always look away at the television screens, look down at his food, even when he was talking. And it honestly felt like I was talking with a wall and felt pretty disrespected. It really seemed like he was uninterested in being there. Eye contact can really make or break a conversation. You could be sitting there talking with someone and have a really in-depth conversation if you guys are making a lot of eye contact, and you could walk away feeling pretty good or feeling like you maybe even learned something. Or you could be talking with someone and not make a lot of eye contact, and then you would walk away thinking to yourself, that was really just a waste of time. I believe that utilizing both active listening and eye contact into everyday conversations will result in more meaningful conversations. Not only will you learn more about the other person, but you'll probably learn more about yourself. Having meaningful conversations will help you grow as an individual and will help you all throughout your life. Thank you.